Hey, good afternoon, dear students. Is it audible? So, yesterday class we were just looking about home rule movement as well as the role of revolutionaries. I hope we all are very thorough with that home rule movement as well as role of revolutionaries. Am I right? And second thing, so today we will start with the Gandhian ideas. Yesterday, at the end of the session, I have told you that. So today onwards, we are going to look about the Gandhian era, the Gandhian ideas. So once Gandhi ji came to India, what are the things were happened and what are the changes within ourselves, I mean our forefathers and those things. So how we got independence through the Gandhian ideas, because before that there were revolutionaries but many movements regarding Indian National Congress. And so once again you have to recall all those things, how they were, and after once Gandhiji's arrival to India, how they got independence. That too, not too fast, is dragged for many years. So, when did Gandhi came? When did Gandhi come to India? Do you know that? In which year Gandhi arrived to India? He was working in South Africa, right? Even South Africa also, he just fought with the Britishers regarding this independence or equal rights and each and everything. But once he came to India, in particular this year he came, right? Do you have any idea regarding that? Okay, I will tell you as usual. So we will once we got one answer, 1915. Yes, okay. Maybe not, maybe 1915 only. Okay, thank you both of them. So we will start the session. So through his freedom movements like non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience, or the Champaran movement, Gandhi always stood for the human rights. So according to him, that rights, what are things are available for humans that should get for everyone, each and everyone. It's not like a higher authority or a upper caste, lower caste. It's not like that. Even Gandhiji kept a name for the lower caste people, like Harijans. Harijans means like God's children. So Harijan, here we have not mentioned, but in the next slide, maybe next class, we will see about the Harijans each and everything. Just for an example, say Harijans means God's children. The name was kept by Gandhi to the lower caste people. Make sure about it, don't forget it. And he gave his blood and sweat for the attainment of Indian independence from the clutches of the British colonial rule. So it was very grim. British, they are not willing to give independence to India. So he gave his blood and sweat for the attainment of Indian independence. They are mentioned. Let's see what are the blood, how many, how many years he just dropped his blood and sweat. We are going to look about that. With the support of millions of Indian masses, he finally took India's freedom movement to the backs of victory. Here you should think about that. Before Gandhiji, many leaders were the right. So they couldn't bring one thing regarding independence. How he got these kind of supports of millions of Indian masses. So here you have to think that regarding Satyagraha. So he just taken the people into certain path. That's why he got the support of millions. So initially he didn't get any support, right? First he came to India and he started analyzing what are the things were happening at that time. So he begins with some movements. So we are going to look about the some movements in this class. So what are they? We will see about it. So Gandhi has been a true inspiration for the past generation and also for the generations to come with his view on non-violence, tolerance, truth, social welfare. So present generation and future generation. So everyone, they should follow maybe Gandhiji's path, maybe a true inspiration for everyone. That's why mentioned here. The first thing is Champaran movement 1917. What is the Champaran movement? What was happened there? Especially we have mentioned here Bihar, like the Champaran rebellion in Bihar was the first active involvement of Gandhi in the Indian freedom struggle. So this was the first active movement by Gandhi in India. So definitely you will get a question. So kindly make a note of it. So in which involvement by Gandhiji, who or else what was the movement Gandhiji actively participated in India? So you have to know the answer. Champaran Rebellion in Bihar. When Gandhiji returned to India in 1915, the country was reeling under the tyrannous colonial rule. So the British forced the farmers to grow indigo and other cash crops on the fertile land and then sell these crops to them at much cheaper price. So look at that pity thing. So British forcing us to do some kind of indigo plantation. I will tell you what is the indigo plantation and what were the uses about it. Other cash crops. So we have to obey for them. They will give some seeds or whatever. You have to plant these kind of crops, and then you should sell it to us, not to anybody else. Likewise, they have ordered to the people, like in the Indian people. The situation became more gruesome for the farmers due to harsh weather conditions and levy of heavy taxes pushing them towards abject poverty. Having heard of the situation of farmers at Champaran, Gandhi immediately paid a visit to this district in April 1917. So already Britishers were forcing the peasants to do this cash crops like indigo and other cash crops. That too also they had some harsh weather conditions. Even weather also didn't support to the Indians at the time. So Gandhiji immediately he heard that and he went straight away there. He adopted the approach of civil disobedience movement and large demonstrations and strikes against the landlords, bringing them down on their very knees. So as a result, they signed an agreement in which they granted control and compensation to the farmers and cancelled the hikes too in revenue as well as collection. The success of this movement earned Gandhi the status of Mahatma. So first thing he approached the civil disobedience movement and launched demonstration strikes. What other thing if you are forcing us, we will do strike. Have you seen in any movie or examples like if some group anything, even mill workers, whatever it may be, in movie you might have watched that if they want anything in this, they group people will join together and there will be a leader. So under some objectives, they will go for a strike. So likewise also they have done it. So as a result, they signed an agreement. Okay, so we will just reduce the hike and also we will give some kind of liberation in this movement also they have said. So the success of this movement, here you have to make a note that through this movement only they got a name. I mean Gandhiji got a name, status of Mahatma. So after this Champaran movement was held, he gained the name of Mahatma. And before that, they were calling us Gandhiji. This is indigo plant. Have you studied in the 8th standard? I think so. In your school, maybe you might have studied about it, indigo plantation. What was the use of it? Have you heard anything about it? Can you please go before 5 years ago? Your social science teacher might have taught about this indigo plantation. Yes, dying. Okay. For what purpose? Dying in the sense you're mean to what?
Sir, it led to Blue Rebellion.
Sorry, a little bit louder.
Sir, it led to Blue Rebellion.
I think my mic is not okay. Okay, something you're saying. So okay, thank you. The thing is, my audio is not working properly. I think so. I could hear that. Okay. So the primary use for indigo, as you said, maybe said the answer correctly. So the primary use for indigo is a dye for cotton yarn, and mainly used in is to lead to blue rebellion. Also, yes, absolutely correct. Dye cotton yarn. Yes, thank you. Super. I appreciate you both of. Mainly used in the production of denim cloth suitable for blue jeans. Nowadays, even that time we don't have that time the blue jeans everything, but they purposely did it for cotton yarn. The cultivation of indigo plants and the extraction of the dye stuff were an important industry in India up to the beginning of 20th century. So the starting from 1901 to 1920 during at that time. So indigo plantation that was the beginning of the 20th century. So the synthetic indigo developed about the time gradually replaced natural indigo as a dye stuff. So the plants are native to tropical and subtropical regions worldwide. So the Champaran agrarian bill was passed, which gave great relief to the indigo cultivators and land tenants. Sir, actually, you have said that, okay, the beginning of the indigo plantation uses actually the main reason is, that the European planters were destroying the productivity of the land, which was a main reason for the protest. For example, if we are cultivating paddy, so British they forced us, so you should not cultivate paddy, you should cultivate the indigo, what are the seeds which was going to give given to you. So you have to plant, you have to cultivate the crops, not like your own crops. You don't have any other rights to grow other crops. Likewise, they have served. That's why the protest had been started. So the indigo plantation, the cultivation was held between 1914 to 1916, 1914 to 1916. Make sure of it. And Ahmedabad Satyagraha 1980, the next movement. So after completing successfully with the pathway of Mahatma Gandhi, he gained the name called Mahatma. So and then Ahmedabad Satyagraha 1918. So this Ahmedabad Satyagraha is also known as Ahmedabad mill strike. Was the first hunger strike led by Mahatma Gandhi. So before that, there were a strike, many strikes, whatever maybe, but hunger strike, like fasting into death, we used to call it. So if mostly Gandhiji after this Ahmedabad Satyagraha, that was Ahmedabad mill strike, I will say. Once he got success through this hunger strike, he always kept on doing the same thing, hunger strike, hunger strike. So Gandhi used the hunger strike as a weapon in this strike, not only in this, in the upcoming strikes, what are the things we are going to see. So all those strikes. The Ahmedabad Satyagraha was held as an intervention in the dispute between the workers and the mill owners. What was the problem there? Why they went to strike over there? You have to make a note of it. There was an issue with the paying taxes to the government by the farmers. Where I went by the farmers, where there was less aid due to agriculture failure, which led to another strike called Keda Satyagraha. After this